Enjoy your trip to Japan Kyushu region. Kyushu is home to many hidden tourist spots, filled with natural beauty and cultural attractions. Below are some of the most carefully selected spots we recommend for foreigners. Yufuin Oita, Prefecture History. Yufuin is located in the center of Oita Prefecture and has long been known as a hot spring resort. During the Heian period, the area temporarily declined due to the eruption of Mount Yufu, but it flourished again as a hot spring resort during the Edo period. In the Showa period, the charm of this hot spring area became widely known, and it rapidly grew as a tourist destination. The quiet, charming townscape, which combines natural scenery with hot spring culture, is supported by domestic tourists as a resort area, and is particularly well known for the harmonious scenery between the surrounding mountains and the hot spring town. The town has developed not only for its hot springs, but also as a place that values art and culture. Attractions. Mount Yufu. Mount Yufu, which is considered the symbol of Yufuin, is a beautiful volcano with an elevation of 1,583 meters. There are trekking courses and routes that even beginners can try. From the summit, you can enjoy a magnificent 360-degree panoramic view. Jinlin Lake. Located in the center of Yufuin, this lake is a place where hot spring water and cold water mix, creating a fantastical landscape of mist rising all year round. In particular, the morning mist creates a mystical atmosphere. Tangnoping Street. Yufuin's main street is lined with cafes, souvenir shops, galleries, and more. You can discover local products and crafts while enjoying a meal on the go. Arts and culture. Yufuin is also known as an art town, with many museums and galleries. Popular spots include the Yufuin Stained Glass Museum and the Yufuin Trick Art Museum. Another attraction is being able to relax in a natural environment. Yufuin is a nationally famous hot spring resort, and many inns offer hot spring facilities. Some of the hot springs are available for day trips, allowing you to relax in the hot springs while gazing at Mount Yufu. Access. By plane from Oita Airport, take the airport bus to Yufuin Station approximately 1 hour 20 minutes. Train from Hakata Station Fukuoka, take the JR Kyudai Main Line Limited Express, Yufuin no Mori, for about 2 hours and 20 minutes. Car approximately 1 hour by car from Oita City, approximately 2 hours and 30 minutes from Fukuoka City. If you use the expressway, you can arrive smoothly. Things to note when visiting: beware of crowds. The area is especially crowded during tourist seasons, such as autumn leaves and Golden Week. Advance reservations are required for accommodation and tourist attractions. Also, since Unotsubo Kaido is crowded with tourists, if you come early in the morning you can enjoy a leisurely stroll. Weather. Located in the mountains, it can get very cold in the winter and snow can fall. It is important to take proper precautions against the cold. Natural environment. If you are visiting Mt. Yufu or the trekking trails, we recommend that you bring rain gear and cold weather gear in case of sudden weather changes. Onsen etiquette. Japanese bathing etiquette is important in hot spring areas. People with tattoos may be refused entry to some facilities, so it is best to check in advance. Yufuin is a resort town where nature and culture coexist in harmony, offering a quiet and relaxing environment. In a town surrounded by abundant hot springs and beautiful scenery, you can spend some relaxing time away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Nagasaki City. Dejima. Nagasaki Prefecture History. Dejima was established in 1636 as an artificial island in Nagasaki by the Edo shogunate to restrict the Christian missionary activities of the Portuguese. In 1641, the Netherlands took over from Portugal to acquire trading rights on Dejima, making it Japan's only window into the outside world during its period of national isolation. The reason why only the Dutch were allowed to come to Japan was because they promised that their purpose in coming to Japan would be trade, not missionary work. For this reason, even after trade with Western countries was banned, the shogunate actively protected Nagasaki and Dejima as a trading port for Dutch ships, and for the next 200 and several decades, Nagasaki was the only open gateway to the West. Attractions. Dejima Reconstruction Area. Dejima's historical buildings have been restored, and the Edo period Dutch trading post and exchanges with Japan are recreated. Guided tours are available, allowing you to learn more about the history of Dejima. Dejima Dutch Trading Post site. Experience the former trading center at the site of the Dutch trading post. Dejima Museum exhibits about the history and trade of Dejima are displayed, and trade goods and documents from that time are carefully preserved. Dejima Omotman Bridge. A new, symbolic bridge connecting Dejima to the mainland of Nagasaki, recreating the origins of trade. Dejima Cafe, a popular spot for tourists to relax with a historic building as a backdrop. Access. Train. Take the tram from Nagasaki Station, get off at Dejima Station, and walk for 3 minutes. Walk. It is about a 15-minute walk from Nagasaki Station, so you can enjoy a stroll from the station. Car parking is available in Nagasaki City, but it is recommended to use public transport during peak tourist season as parking is expected to be busy. Important notices for visitors: opening hours and closing days. The tour facilities on Dejima have set opening hours. Usually, the hours are from 900 to 1800, but this may vary depending on the season or special events, so be sure to check the official website in advance. Also, the museum may be closed on certain days, so be sure to check the schedule before visiting. Crowding situation. Dejima is one of Nagasaki's major tourist destinations and is expected to be particularly busy on weekends, holidays and during peak tourist seasons. If you want to avoid the crowds, we recommend visiting on weekdays in the morning or evening. Inside Dejima, the streets of the Edo period have been recreated. And there are stone-paved streets and slopes, so we recommend that you wear comfortable walking shoes. Taking photos is permitted within Dejima, but there may be restrictions on the use of flash and tripods in some buildings and exhibits. Dejima is not only a place of historical value, but also a symbol of cultural exchange. It is a fascinating tourist destination where Western and Japanese cultures intersect. And you can immerse yourself in history while feeling the atmosphere of the time. Amakusa Islands, Kumamoto Prefecture. History. The Amakusa Islands are a region of about 120 islands of various sizes, located in Kumamoto Prefecture, and are a place with their own unique history and culture. Christian culture. Christianity was introduced to Japan by Portuguese missionary Francis Xavier in the 16th century. The Amakusa region in particular was one of the areas where Christianity was actively propagated, and many residents became Christians. Shimabara Amakusa Rebellion 1637–1638. In the early Edo period, the people of Amakusa and Shimabara and hidden Christians rose up in stages in response to the oppression of Christianity and harsh tax collection. And a large-scale rebellion broke out under the leadership of a young leader named Amakusa Shiro. However, the shogunate suppressed the revolt, and Amakusa Shiro and the other Christians went underground and continued to practice their faith as hidden Christians. Modern times. Since the Meiji period, fishing and agriculture have developed in Amakusa, and it has also become a popular tourist destination. Attractions. Sakitsu Village, a UNESCO World Heritage Site where the faith of hidden Christians still remains. Located in a fishing village, Sakitsu Church is a place where you can feel the unique scenery and history of faith. Amakusa 5 bridges that connect the Amakusa Islands to the Kyushu mainland, famous as a scenic driving course. From the bridge you can enjoy beautiful scenery throughout the seasons. Dolphin watching. There are many wild dolphins in the waters of Amakusa, and you can see them up close on a cruise tour. A popular activity for families and couples. Amakusa Christian Museum, a museum with a wide range of exhibits related to Amakusa Shiro and hidden Christians. The exhibition room is divided into 4 zones: History of Christians in Amakusa, Introduction of Nanban Culture in Amakusa, the Amakusa Shimabara Rebellion, and Restoration after the Rebellion in Christian Faith. Matsushima Onsen and Shimoda Onsen. Amakusa has many hot springs, and the open-air baths, where you can enjoy the hot springs while looking out at the sea, are popular. Matsushima Onsen and Shimoda Onsen in particular are relaxing spots surrounded by beautiful nature. Access. By car. It takes about 2 hours by car from Kumamoto City to Amakusa. The most common route is via the Amakusa 5 bridges. You can easily get around the island by using your own car or a rental car. Ferries operate from Kumamoto Port and Shimabara Port in Nagasaki Prefecture, allowing you to travel to Amakusa while enjoying the scenic views from the sea. Ferry travel is especially popular with tourists. Public transport. Amakusa Airlines and buses run from Junior Masumi Station, providing access to major spots in Amakusa. However, public transport is limited, so you need to allow plenty of time to get there. Precautions when visiting. Crowd situation during the summer tourist season and on holidays. The area is crowded with tourists, so it is recommended that you make reservations in advance for dolphin watching and hot spring facilities. Also, if you visit popular spots such as Sakitsu Village early in the day, you can take your time to explore them. Weather. Amakusa is surrounded by the sea, so please be aware that the weather can change suddenly, especially during typhoon season. It's also important to check the weather forecast before traveling and adjust your plans if necessary. Public transportation on the island is limited, so a car is the best way to get around. If you plan to rent a car, we recommend that you make a reservation in advance. Respect for culture. The hidden Christian sites of Amakusa are objects of religious faith. So when visiting churches and villages, it is important to observe proper etiquette and be considerate of the local culture and the lives of the residents. The Amakusa Islands are a place rich in nature and history, offering a wide range of experiences to its visitors. Kirishima. Kagoshima Prefecture. Kirishima is located in the northeastern part of Kagoshima Prefecture and is known for its beautiful nature and mythological history. Mount Kirishima is one of the 100 famous mountains in Japan, and is also known for its volcanic activity and hot springs, making the Kirishima area a popular tourist destination. History. Kirishima has been known as a setting for myths since ancient times. In Japanese mythology, it is depicted as the place where the Tensen Korin, the descent of the heavenly grandson, Ninigi no Makoto, the grandson of Amaterasu Omikami, descended from heaven to earth. Attractions. Kirishima in Kagoshima Prefecture is dotted with many attractive spots, including natural beauty, historical sites steeped in mythology, hot springs, and activities. Kirishima Shrine. One of the most famous tourist spots in Kirishima is Kirishima Shrine. Kirishima Shrine is said to be the place where the Tensen Korin, the descent of the grandson of heaven, occurred in Japanese mythology, and the main deity enshrined there is Ninigi no Makoto. The yellow and vermilion painted shrine building is designated as an important cultural property of Japan. The magnificent vermilion painted shrine building and the sacred tree, Kirishima cedar, that is over 800 years old, create a mystical atmosphere reminiscent of Japanese mythology. The Kirishima Shrine Festival, held every November, showcases traditional Shinto rituals and dance. Kirishima Hot Springs. The Kirishima area is also famous for its hot springs, with a wide variety of hot spring facilities. And the Kirishima Onsen area is extremely popular with tourists. The area is especially rich in sulfur springs and waters rich in iron, and the entire hot spring town is enveloped in hot spring steam. The quality of the spring water varies depending on the location, so you can enjoy a variety of benefits. The view of the hot spring town with steam rising from the hot springs and the seasonal scenery seen from the open air baths are appealing. Popular hot spring spots include Shiizumi Onsen and Kirishima Hotel's Garden Open Air Bath, where you can relax and enjoy the magnificent nature. Ebino Plateau. Ebino Plateau is located at an altitude of 1,200 meters, and you can enjoy the natural scenery of the four seasons. In spring, the pink flowers of Miyamakirishi bloom in abundance, and in autumn the autumn leaves are beautiful. You can enjoy hiking and trekking with the majestic Mount Kirishima in the background. The greatest attraction of Ebino Highlands is that even beginners can enjoy walking, mountain walking and trekking. The recommended course for the Ebino Plateau Pond Tour starts behind the Ebino Eco Museum Center and goes around 3 ponds via Kushike, Rokukanon Mike, and Fudoiki. Takachiho no Mine, one of the most famous mountains in Kirishima, boasts an elevation of 1,574 meters and is known as the setting for the descent of the heavenly grandson. The site is home to the legendary Sakahoko, which is said to have been thrust into the earth by Ninigi no Makoto when he descended from heaven. Takachiho no Mine is a relatively easy mountain to climb, and from the summit, you can enjoy a 360-degree panoramic view of the Kirishima mountain range, Sakurajima, and even Kinko Bay in the distance. This is a must-see spot especially for mythology buffs and mountaineering enthusiasts. Muruo Falls. This beautiful waterfall is located in the Kirishima Onsen hot spring area and is one of the spots that symbolize the natural charm of Kirishima. The waterfall is 16 meters wide and 23 meters high, and the sight of the powerful water flowing is a spectacular sight. The most distinctive feature of Muruo Falls is that it is fed by water that contains hot spring water. The hot spring water from Kirishima Onsen flows into the river and falls as a waterfall. This means that the pool at the base of the waterfall contains hot spring water, creating a unique landscape that cannot be seen at other waterfalls. Sometimes, sulfur compounds are mixed in, giving the rivers and waterfalls a whitish color. Access to Kirishima by plane. The return airport is Kagoshima Airport, so it is easily accessible from within Japan. Kirishima Onsen is about a 30-minute drive from the airport. Shinkansen. Take the Kyushu Shinkansen to Kagoshima Chuo Station. From Hakata Station to Chuo Kagoshima Station approximately 1 hour and 20 minutes. Approximately 40 minutes from Kumamoto Station to Chuo Kagoshima Station. Junior Nippo Main Line from Kagoshima Chuo Station, take the Junior Nippo Main Line to Kirishima Jingu Station or Kokubu Station. Approximately 1 hour from Kagoshima Chuo Station to Kirishima Jingu Station. Access by car. If you are using the Kyushu Expressway, it is convenient to use the Mizobi Kagoshima Airport Interchange, or the Yokokawa Interchange. Both are about 30 minutes by car from the Kirishima area. Things to note when visiting. Kirishima is a tourist destination rich in nature, but because it is a volcanic area, there are some precautions you need to take when visiting. Volcanic activity. Mount Kirishima is an active volcano, and some areas are still active today. It is important to check the volcano information of the observation point before visiting. Weather changes. Due to the high altitude around Mount Kirishima, the weather can change suddenly. If you are planning to go mountain climbing or hiking, it is important to check the weather forecast and prepare adequate equipment. This is an area where fog is likely to occur, and visibility may be reduced, so caution is advised. Summary. A visit to Kirishima is a special experience that brings you into contact with nature, culture and history. With a wide range of activities on offer, it's a great destination for people of all ages, whether you're traveling with family, friends or solo. Yakushima. Kagoshima Prefecture. Yakushima is an island located in the south of Kagoshima Prefecture, and is known for its rich nature and unique ecosystem. It is registered as a World Heritage Site and attracts many tourists and nature lovers. History. Yakushima has been inhabited since ancient times, and Jomon period ruins have been confirmed. During the Sengoku period, it was under the control of the Shimazu clan. During the Meiji period, under the control of the Satsuma domain. Agriculture and fishing became the main industries, and forest resources such as yakusugi became important economic resources. However, in the 1970s, conservation efforts began to attract attention, and logging was banned. Attractions. Jomon cedar is a symbol of Yakushima and is a giant yakusugi tree, estimated to be 7,200 years old. Trekking to this Jomon cedar mountain on a mountain climbing course is a once-in-a-lifetime experience for many nature lovers. Shiratani Unseikyo Gorge. This spot is home to the beautiful moss-covered forests of Yakushima, and is said to have been the model for the Ghibli film, Princess Mononoke. The moist forest, with its mysterious atmosphere of moss, flowing rivers, and giant trees, is filled with the dense presence of life, inviting the soul to a faraway world of antiquity. Oko Falls. It is the largest waterfall in terms of the amount of water it produces among the waterfalls on Yakushima Island, and has been selected as one of the 100 best waterfalls in Japan, selected on April 28, 1990. It is a majestic waterfall. The sight of the water sliding down from the 88 meters cliff. The sight of the water sliding down from the 88 meters cliff. Western Forest Road. This road runs through the west side of the island, and is a driving course where you can experience the richness of Yakushima's nature up close. It is also a place where you have a high chance of encountering animals unique to the island, such as Yakushika and Yakuza monkeys. Mount Miyanoura. It is a 1,936 meters high mountain located almost in the center of Yakushima. It boasts the highest peak in Kyushu and is also known as the Offshore Alps. The summit is covered with low bamboo grass and also with a colony of rhododendrons. In early June, the pale pink and white flowers beautifully decorate the mountainside. Access. The most common way to get to Yakushima is by ferry or plane from the mainland of Kagoshima. Ferry. From Kagoshima Port, you can take a high-speed boat called Tapi, or Rocket, to Miyanoura Port on Yakushima in about 2.5 hours. You can also enjoy a leisurely cruise on the Yakushima Ferry 2, which takes about 4 hours. Plane. It takes about 30 minutes from Kagoshima Airport to Yakushima Airport. There are also direct flights from Osaka Atami and Fukuoka, allowing quick access. Things to note when visiting: weather and clothing. Yakushima is an area with a lot of rainfall, so much so that it is said that it rains 35 days a month. If you are planning on going mountain climbing or trekking, waterproof clothing and trekking shoes are essential. Yakushima's nature is protected as a World Heritage Site, so tourists are expected to be mindful of protecting the environment. Consideration for wildlife. Wild animals such as Yakushima deer and Yakushima monkeys may appear in residential areas, but please be careful not to feed them. Yakushima is a special place where rich nature and culture coexist, and every time you visit you will discover something different. The primeval Yakusugi forest is particularly mysterious, and the forest that served as the model for Princess Mononoke is popular among movie fans. There are plenty of outdoor activities available, including kayaking. Takachiho Miyazaki Prefecture. Takachiho Miyazaki Prefecture is known as a mythical land that appears in the Kojiki and Nihon Shoki, and is a place where many legends related to Japanese mythology remain. Dotted with mystical landscapes and cultural heritage sites, it is an attractive spot for tourists. History. Takachiho is a place deeply rooted in Japan's ancient history as a setting for mythology. It is especially famous for the legend of the descent of the heavenly grandson. According to this legend, Ninigi no Makoto, the grandson of Amaterasu Omikami, descended from heaven to this land, and this is where the country of Japan began. This myth established Takachiho as a sacred place and at the center of Shinto worship. The area has also been culturally significant since ancient times and has had close ties to Shintoism throughout history. The tradition of Kagura sacred dance also remains strong in the region. And the annual Takachiho Night Kagura Festival continues to be a rich cultural heritage. Attractions. Takachiho Gorge. This valley was created by the eruption of Mount Aso, and is characterized by sheer cliffs caused by erosion and beautiful mountain streams. In particular, Manai Falls is a famous attraction, and tourists can take a boat ride up close to the falls. You can enjoy the scenery throughout the seasons, with cherry blossoms in the spring and autumn leaves coloring the valley in the fall. Takachiho Shrine. Takachiho Shrine is a shrine connected to the myth of the descent of the heavenly grandson, and has a history spanning more than 1,900 years. The grounds are lined with large cedar trees, creating a tranquil atmosphere. In the evening, the Takachiho Night Kagura is held, famous for its mythological dances. Amano Iwato Shrine. This shrine is based on the legend of the Amano Iwato, where Amaterasu Omikami hid. At the back of the shrine is Amano Yasugawara, a place where the gods are said to have gathered to call back the sun goddess Amaterasu. Visitors have the custom of pebble piling the area as a prayer, creating a sacred atmosphere. Kunamigaoka. This is a viewpoint overlooking Takachiho town, and from the hill at an altitude of 513 meters, a fantastic landscape shrouded in mist unfolds. If you visit early in the morning, you may be able to see a sea of clouds, making it a popular tourist spot, especially from autumn to winter. Access. Takachiho is located in the northern part of Miyazaki Prefecture and is generally accessible from Miyazaki City and Fukuoka City. Access by car. Access by car is the mainstream. It takes about 2.5 hours by car from Miyazaki City to Takachiho. It is about a 3.5-hour drive from Fukuoka City. There is beautiful nature along the way, so the drive itself is enjoyable. Bus. Direct buses run from Miyazaki Station and Nobioka Station, so it is also possible to get there by public transportation. The bus from Nobioka Station arrives at Takachiho in about 90 minutes. Things to note when visiting. Weather. Takachiho is in a mountainous area, so the weather is subject to change. It gets especially cold in the mornings and evenings in autumn and winter, so you'll need to wear warm clothes. Also, fog and snow can occur in the winter, so if you are visiting by car, you will need to bring winter tires and chains. Manners in sacred places. Many spots in Takachiho are sacred places related to mythology and religion. When visiting, please be respectful and refrain from making noise and littering. Takachiho is a special place where myth and nature intertwine, and by visiting you can gain a deeper understanding of Japanese history and the beauty of nature. Ibasuki Kagoshima Prefecture. Ibasuki is a beautiful seaside town located in the southern part of Kagoshima Prefecture. Known as a tourist destination rich in hot springs and nature. In particular, Ibasuki is famous for its sand baths, which provide a special experience for tourists. The unique relaxation method of burying yourself in the sand to warm yourself up is a special experience for many foreign tourists. History. Ibasuki has long been known as a hot spring resort, and during the Meiji period it developed as a tourist destination, becoming a place visited by the upper class and celebrities. In recent years, Ibasuki's reputation as a hot spring resort has increased both domestically and internationally, and many tourists are now visiting. Attractions. Ibasuki Onsen is dotted with numerous accommodations and day trip hot springs, allowing tourists to enjoy the hot springs according to their preferences. Nagasakibana. This is a spot where you can enjoy a spectacular view along with the beautiful coastline. The moment when the sun sets is particularly moving for many people. There is a beautiful mountain called Kaimon Dake where you can enjoy mountain climbing and hiking. From the summit of Mt. Kaimon, you can get a spectacular view of the city of Ibasuki and the ocean, and on a particularly clear day, you can see Sakurajima and Kagoshima Bay in the distance. There is also a small island called Chirin-ga-shima, which is worth visiting as you can see the phenomenon of it connecting to the mainland with the tides. On this island, you can enjoy the beautiful sea and nature and spend a quiet time. Access train. Ibasuki is on the Junior Ibasuki-Makurazaki line, so it is convenient to take the train from Kagoshima Chuo Station to Ibasuki Station. The journey takes about 1 hour and 40 minutes, and you can enjoy beautiful scenery from the train. Bus. From Ibasuki Station, there is good access to many accommodations and tourist spots, and tourist buses and taxis are also available. We also recommend using the shuttle service provided by your accommodation, especially if you are touring hot springs. Access by car. It is about an hour and a half by car from Kagoshima City, and easy access is available via National Route 226. Things to be aware of when visiting. Hot springs. When using a sand bath hot spring, be sure to check the usage instructions beforehand. When using sand baths, it is important to stay hydrated and try not to push yourself too hard. Also, because the sand is hot, care must be taken not to leave it buried for too long. Also, don't forget to rinse your body thoroughly after coming out of the hot spring. Weather. The weather is changeable, so it's important to check the weather forecast in advance and be fully prepared. Summary. Ibasuki is a place of healing surrounded by hot springs and beautiful nature, and a special experience awaits you when you visit to refresh your mind and body. Aso Kumamoto Prefecture. Mount Aso is an active volcano with one of the world's largest calderas. This is an area where you can feel the power of nature, featuring views of the 5 peaks of Mount Aso and the vast landscape of Kusasarihama. Horse riding and cycling in Kusasari are also popular. History. The history of Aso dates back to ancient times, and Mount Aso has been an object of worship. Aso Shrine is a symbol of this region, believed to have been founded around 1,200 years ago and worshipped as the home of the gods. Agriculture has also developed in the Aso region since ancient times, and cattle and horse breeding was particularly popular. The unique natural environment and climate of the Aso region are well suited to rice cultivation and livestock farming, which have supported the local economy. During the Meiji period, Aso's beautiful scenery attracted attention and it began to develop as a tourist destination. Later, during the Showa era, tourism in Aso expanded, and the number of tourists coming to enjoy the hot springs and nature increased. In recent years, the eruption of Mount Aso has attracted attention, and volcanic research and utilization of the area as a tourist resource are being promoted. Attractions. Mount Aso's Takadaki and Nakadaki are places where you can see the crater, allowing you to experience the majestic form of an active volcano up close. In particular, the crater of Nakadaki is open to tourists, and its spectacular scenery captivates all who visit. Kusasarigahama Beach. This is a typical grassland of Aso, with vast pastureland where horses and cows graze. You can enjoy a walk or a picnic while getting in touch with nature in a beautiful landscape. Aso Shrine. A shrine dedicated to the god of fire, where you can see historical buildings and beautiful gardens. In particular, the main hall is designated as an important cultural property of Japan, and you can enjoy its beautiful architecture. Kurikawa Onsen is a popular hot spring resort, located in the mountains at an altitude of 700 meters. Here, the 30 inns and the rural mountain scenery are all considered to be one inn, with each inn being a detached room, and the small paths connecting the inns being corridors, and the entire hot spring town is working to provide hospitality to its guests. Another feature is that there are 7 different types of hot springs spring quality, so you can enjoy hot springs with completely different effects at each ryokan. In addition, you can bathe in 3 hot springs of your choice for 1,500 yen per ticket. Events such as bath ticket and Uikari, late December to March are also popular. Access train. From Kumamoto Station, Junior Kyushu's Aso Station is nearby, and can be reached in about 40 minutes by express train. Bus. It takes about 2 hours from Junior Kumamoto Station to Kumamoto Station by Kyushu Cross Island Bus. Access by car. It is about an hour and a half drive from Kumamoto City, and can be easily accessed by taking National Route 57 or Route 323. Things to note when visiting Mount Aso. As it is an active volcano, it is important to check information on volcanic activity in advance. Access restrictions may be imposed, especially near the crater of Mt. Nakadaki, so be sure to check the latest information before visiting. Weather. As Aso is rich in natural environments, it is important to be aware of the weather when enjoying activities such as hiking and horse riding. Be sure to wear appropriate footwear, as the ground can be slippery, especially after rain. Clothing. In addition, the Aso region is covered with vast grasslands, so it is important to remember to take measures against sunburn and stay hydrated. Summary. Aso is a region where historical background and natural beauty come together, and a visit there will leave you with many moving memories. Please enjoy the charm of Aso. Yanagawa, Fukuoka. Fukuoka Prefecture. Yanagawa is known as a beautiful water town. Located in the southern part of Fukuoka Prefecture. This is a tourist spot where you can enjoy river boating and see the traditional townscape of Yanagawa from a boat. In particular, the beautiful scenery along the river and the relaxed atmosphere are attractive. And it is a popular spot for tourists with its historical buildings and quaint streetscapes. History. Yanagawa especially developed as the center of the Yanagawa domain, and its status as a castle town was established with the construction of Yanagawa Castle. The Yanagawa Canal network was built during this period, and while it had a defensive function to protect the castle town, it was also used as an irrigation facility for agriculture. This remains today as a canal called a hokiri. Attractions. River rafting. A leisurely boat ride down the network of canals that surround the town is a highlight of sightseeing in Yanagawa. The boatman will explain the history and seasonal customs of the area while rowing the small boat called a donko byun. So you can not only enjoy the beautiful scenery along the river, but also experience the culture of Yanagawa. You can enjoy the scenery of each season, especially the cherry blossoms blooming along the river in spring and the beautiful autumn leaves in autumn. Tachibana Garden. Shotoin. Located in the mansion where Tachibana, a feudal lord in the Edo period, lived, this beautiful Japanese garden spreads out before you. Hakushu Kitahara Birthplace and Memorial Museum. Learn about the life and works of Hakushu Kitahara, a poet from Yanagawa. Steamed eel. Yanagawa is also famous for its eels, which are an exquisite local delicacy. The eel, steamed using a method that has been used since the Edo period, is tender and pairs perfectly with rice soaked in a special sauce. Enjoying a meal will be an unforgettable experience as part of your sightseeing in Yanagawa. Access train. From Fukuoka City, you can take the Nishitetsu Tenjin Omuta line to Yanagawa Station, which takes about 50 minutes. If you take the train, the station is easily accessible from tourist spots, and taxis and rental bicycles are available in front of the station. The river boat ride platform is also within walking distance from the station. Access by car. It is about 30 minutes from the Yame interchange on the Kyushu Expressway. There are many parking lots for tourists in the surrounding area, so it is convenient to visit by car. Things to note when visiting: weather. If you are visiting Yanagawa and plan to mainly enjoy river rafting, you should be aware of the weather. Please note that operations may be restricted, especially in rainy weather. So we recommend checking the weather forecast in advance and bringing rain gear if necessary. Clothing. Since you will be spending a lot of time on the boat, you will need to take measures to protect yourself from the sun, such as wearing a hat and using sunscreen when the sun is strong. In cold seasons, you can enjoy river rafting in comfort by bringing warm clothing. Summary. Yanagawa is an attractive tourist destination where history and nature coexist in harmony, offering visitors a rich cultural experience. It's a place where you can spend a relaxing time enjoying river boating, local food culture, and historical buildings. Please enjoy Yanagawa to the fullest. Hashima Island. Battleship Island, Nagasaki. Prefecture. History. Hashima Island, located about 40 minutes by boat from Nagasaki port, is a small undersea coal mine island that was built by reclaiming land around a reef. The island is surrounded by cliffs and high-rise reinforced concrete buildings, and its appearance resembles the battleship Tosa, which is why it came to be called Battleship Island. At its peak in 1960, approximately 5,300 people lived there, making it the most densely populated area in Japan at the time. The island is fully equipped with elementary and junior high schools, hospitals, movie theaters, pachinko parlors and other entertainment facilities, so it seems that people could live all their daily lives on the island. The coal from Hashima coal mine was of very high quality, and together with the neighboring Takashima coal mine, it contributed greatly to the modernization of Japan. However, as the main source of energy shifted from coal to oil, the mine went into a steady decline and was closed in 1974. The islanders left the island with mixed feelings in their hearts, and it became deserted. In 2009, it became possible for the general public to land on Gunkanjima, and now many people visit the island by taking part in landing tours. In July 2015, it was officially registered as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Sites of Japan's Meiji Industrial Revolution. iron and steel, shipbuilding, and coal mining. Attractions. Since becoming an uninhabited island, due to its unique location as an isolated island, the decaying ruins have been preserved as they are, and the island has been used as a location for numerous movies, TV dramas, music videos, and more. Among them, the currently streaming TV drama, Diamonds Sleeping in the Sea, has gained a high reputation as a drama that recreates the history of Hiroshima and life at that time. It seems that after watching the drama, there has been a surge in people wanting to visit Hiroshima. There are several sightseeing boat companies that offer tours to the island, although there are cases where the tours are not possible or are cancelled due to weather conditions. However, due to the need to preserve the remains on the island, the places that tour participants can actually visit are limited. On the tour, you disembark from the pier and walk along a 200-meter-long promenade, where you can see some of the remains from the outside from the first, second and third observation areas. In particular, the remains of the 7-story building number 30, which can be seen from the third observation plaza, at the very back, are a highlight. And the appearance of the apartment complex gives you a good idea of the bustle of the area at the time. You can choose from 5 tour companies for cruises to Gunkanjima. Gunkanjima Landing Tour 1 Gunkanjima Concierge. Universal Workers Gunkanjima Landing Tour 2 Yamasa Kayan Gunkanjima. Landing Tour 3 Seaman Shokai. Gunkanjima Landing Tour 4 Gunkanjima Landing Cruise Takashima Marine Transportation. Gunkanjima Landing Tour 5 Island Hirotoku Baba 7th. Ebisumaru. For reservations and inquiries regarding boarding, please contact each shipping company. Please note that the viewing paths and viewing areas are all paved with cement. In the summer, the sun reflects off the ground and there is no shade, so you need to take measures against the heat. There are many places on the island where it is difficult to walk, so it is a good idea to wear sneakers or other footwear that is easy to move around in. There are no toilets on Gunkanjima, so you will need to use the toilets beforehand on board the ship. Umbrellas are not permitted due to safety concerns. In case of rain, you should bring a raincoat. The sun is strong in the summer, so it's a good idea to take precautions such as wearing sunscreen and a long-sleeved jacket. As mentioned above, Hiroshima Island, the location of the much-talked-about diamonds hidden in the sea, has been added as an additional tourist destination. If you are interested, why not give it a go? The carefully selected hidden spots in Kyushu that we have introduced this time include places that are well known as tourist destinations, as well as lesser-known hidden areas, and each one offers a unique experience. Please come and visit us.